was the one that, like, you get quirky, unusual people come in the meetings, and I'd be straight onto them. I'd be like, yeah, what's your name? Neck with all these weirdos. Why do you know what I mean? Because, like, he would want to, like, see people that were leaders and, like, see people that had potential, that were a little bit quiet, that needed to come up their shell. I would just pick on some random weirdo that would come in dressed like Abraham Lincoln with a big hat and a fake beard, and be like, yeah, dude, come over here. Guy came into one of our meetings dressed in black with a jester's hat on, with a string of, like, Christmas tree lights around his neck in the shape of stars, like, all lit up, and he spent the whole of the conference just doing this weird dancing. And, like, I ended up flipping hooking up with him, calling him the Electric Man, got him out the front in front of like 400 people and got him with a microphone to share stuff. And my mate Justin's like, what on earth are you doing? So, like, to meet like Ben, for me, it was like, oh, dude, I like this guy. Just latch on there, you know what I mean? And see what he's all about. Love people like that, man. I love people like Sunshine and just people that are a little bit quirky, like, you know what I mean? Like you, Mo. You're a little bit quirky.
I don't think I'm that quirky.
I think you're a bit quirky. I like you. I sometimes find it difficult, you know, I love and appreciate everyone, but I find it easier to connect with people that are more touchy-feely, more willing to show their emotions than I do with people that, like, really reason things and, you know, are very, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying, Dave.
People find it difficult to show their emotions and never felt the heat or warmth of a woman's
Show
love. So it's a miracle that me and you connected, Blinky and the Glory.
Yeah. That takes probably only a few more days until you feel the heat of a woman.
I think that's why I like Rachel so much, the second Rachel, because she was just like my type of person. I've got lots of friends on the outside like Rachel, do you know what I mean? That are just like loud and like huggy and, you know what I mean? Just want to get close and have fun. I like them people.
Yeah, I like the second Rachel.
It's funny. She'll always be known as the second Rachel, and the other Rachel will always be known as the first Rachel.
Yeah. Well, second Rachel was here for 28 days as opposed to the first Rachel only 10, so she doubled the first Rachel's time.
Yeah, you travel it. It's been an amazing time.
It's been the best of times. It's been the worst of... I wouldn't say the worst of times. I've had some extreme highs in here. Actually, I have had massive highs in here, but also massive lows as well.
I have as well.
Sometimes you have to go through hell to appreciate heaven.
What was like your darkest time all in here?
I only had a few dark days in here. When obviously Iffy was evicted, Ben being evicted, Nathan being evicted, those hit me hard.
They were all pretty much in a row, weren't they?
Yeah. When Kiva when I was face swapped the second time, that kind of set me spawning back into a dark part of myself which I didn't want to be in anymore. I must have looked a bit manic those few days. I had to, by force of will, literally pull myself out of that dark space because I didn't want to inhabit it ever again. That's about it. Those are really my only... I think as it went on, both 2 weeks where I was up for eviction and I saved myself, I struggled a little bit to engage with the group as a whole. Not anyone on a personal level. But I found I did struggle a little bit to be with everyone at that time. Don't know if that was noticeable. Because I'd always go off and by myself sit by myself. Probably what got me nominated.
That's what got you nominated was like, you know, you just went through a little bit of a season, didn't you, where like if things weren't going your way, you'd really, you know, show off a little bit.
I think show off.
Well, it's just, that was the thing with Shabby a little bit. One is like she would like really kick off and stuff, and
I didn't kick off anywhere near to the levels of Shabby.
no, I mean, but that was probably the reason why Shabby got nominated, because like at the end of the day, Shabby was an amazing person, and if it went down to entertainment, fun, and personality, Shabby would never have been nominated. But it was those things, weren't they, that like give people an option. You know, maybe a bit of a flexible friend. And I think, you know, that was it with you. You would never ever have been nominated apart from those couple of, you know, incidences. And I think, you know, I tried to say something to you, and I know John said a couple of things to you, and it was just like, because I think people could realise that would have been your, you know, failing really, that would have maybe stopped you getting to the final, when you would always have been there, you know. And it was no, like, I think those things don't matter on the outside. You know what I mean? We could be great friends on the outside, and those things wouldn't even be issues. But in the house, I think they just give people an opportunity to, you know.
I mean, there's 2 weeks, I was actually starting to feel the claustrophobia of the house. It did oppress me a little bit.
Yeah.
But I snapped out of it.
People, unless you've been in your, like Anthea Turner was saying the other day.
Yeah.
When Anthea came in, Anthea Turner, and served me my fruit, and said that my haircut had taken 10 years off me. Glory.
It has.
She, you know, she even said, didn't she, you know, if you haven't been in this environment, you don't appreciate how difficult it is. I think anyone that's been in here and known that we've gone 77 days by tomorrow will take their hats off to us. Whether we're portrayed as, you know, oddballs or weirdos or, you know what I mean, angry people or whatever, I think anyone that's been in here would have to take the hat off and say you did so well to last that amount of time. It's a monumental task. You know what I mean? It's the greatest feat of endurance, isn't it? I think myself. You know, it's like I have never ever experienced anything as intense as this. I've experienced moments, like flickering moments of intensity. You know, like when I've been in some countries and been in some hard situations. But I have never ever, over an extended period of time, felt like the continual pressure and responsibility of this is pretty major, isn't it? And no matter how much you try and like forget about the cameras and how much you try and like just like busy yourself around the house, it's like that intensity is always there. I don't really know what it is, because you're not thinking about the cameras being there, you're not thinking about like millions of people watching, you're not thinking about like anything other than just living out your experience. But for some reason it's like there's just something that magnifies every emotion and every thought and every decision, and everything just gets weird. I don't know why that is.
No, I know what you mean. It's the greatest crucible you'll ever go through, being in here. But I needed that. I needed everything that was me to be melted down.
Yeah.
Now I can't wait. Now I can't wait to go through his doors back into the real world.
Yeah. As Mario.
As Mario. Kim is the mole. Went out as Mario.
You've always been the mole to me, mole. I know you're Mario. I also know you're the mole. I had to give people little nicknames.
Well, mine was the easiest one to come up with.
Yeah.
I can't believe I had to wear a damn sign saying I am the mole.
Dude, I can't believe that like our nicknames are like sticking on the outside. Like Danny said, you know, Fauntleroy. People are calling him Fauntleroy and Raffles and Bento and all that.
You're monk.
I'll probably be the monk, yeah.
But to be fair, you did walk into the house dressed as a monk.
I'm still the monk. That's my life.
That's going to be the obvious one.
That's who I am. I love the whole monastic lifestyle. I love that lifestyle of hiddenness and just being away. And
you're the least hidden person I've met in ages, Dave.
Yeah, but you got to think. Someone prophesied over me about 3 years back, and said, your life is going to be one of hiddenness and exposure. And the hiddenness is going to be extreme, where you're going to have extreme seasons of just being hidden away, but then you're going to have extreme seasons of exposure. In many ways, probably the last year of my life has been one of major hiddenness, where I've just spent it in prayer, I've spent it in the glory realm, I've spent it just walking out stuff at home with my family, and like really I've done very little. Like I travelled a lot over the last 5 years, but the last year I've done hardly any travelling at all. I went to America once and went to Korea once.